Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Kylan and welcome to today's video. We are going to be doing a full face of products that I never reach for, and some of these products I just plain don't like. Some of these products I kind of have used a couple times but I don't really have my mindset on them, and then some of them I used to love but have just kind of been put on the back burner because there's been so many new launches and different products over the years. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. This is the look we did. If you want to see how I created it, make sure you stay tuned. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you leave, and make sure you hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I post a new video. That would be awesome. Thank you guys so much, and let's get into the tutorial. Alright guys, so I am wearing a top right now, but we are just going to go ahead and get started. So for primer, this one I never reach for. This is the Photofinish Primerizer. The main reason I don't reach for it is because it's super duper hydrating, and you guys know I have oily skin, and I just kind of feel like it doesn't do much for me, so we're going to pop this on today. And I'm really hoping this makeup looks good because I do have somewhere to be after this. I actually originally started out trying to film a dogs pick my makeup video, and it just was a major fail. It flopped in my face, and I want to film for you guys, so you know, I don't want to just be like, oh well, that's a dud, and just kind of like leave it how it is. So we're gonna do this instead. Okay, so for foundation, I am gonna be using the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, and the reason that I never reach for this is because the packaging is just like, my friend and I were talking about this the other day, it just is not appealing like to look at. It doesn't look fun to use. It doesn't have like a luxurious glass bottle. I do actually like the foundation a lot, so I have the shade Nude, so we're just going to go ahead and apply this today and hope it looks good. So we're just going to go ahead and start to apply this. It has a really nice like medium buildable coverage, I feel like, so we'll see. See, it looks really smooth and pretty. I just don't know why I don't reach for it. Like, it's just really weird. I need to start reaching for this one more though. So for concealer, I'm going to be reaching for the Colourpop No Filter Concealer today, and this one is actually in the shade Light 18. The shade is just a little off for me, you know, so I have a reasoning behind why I don't reach for these, but the shade is just a little yellow, and I don't prefer that in a concealer, but we're gonna go for it today. There's like carpet fuzz on my beauty blender. Okay, so let's just go ahead and blend this out. Apart from the color, this actually is really, really pretty. Okay, so for powder today, you guys actually might be surprised, but I'm going to be using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. And the reason that I don't reach for this is, number one, the smell is terrible, and I actually have never used it because I know everyone talks about it, but you literally look on the back and the ingredients are actually terrible. Like, it's everything you're supposed to avoid. It's like mineral oil, alcohol, fragrance, talc, like all this stuff that you just literally should not put on your face, but for the sake of the video, I just inhaled it. Let me know if you guys have like thought of that, or if you've looked at the ingredients before and what you think about that. I mean, I'm not like a chemist or like whatever, but I just know that those products are like something that you usually don't want. I'm gonna move on to the eyes now, because sometimes I find I do my face, I do my blush, I do everything, and then once I figure out what I did for my eyes, I'm like, doesn't quite match. So I'm gonna do that now. I don't actually have a brow product that I never reach for, because I only have one brow product, because I'm very basic and it's literally this. So I am just going to do this off camera, and then I'll be back to show you guys the rest. Alright guys, so I did my brows off camera, and now I'm going to go ahead and prime my lids, and I'm going to use that same Colourpop No Filter Concealer. And this is something that I never ever do. I always prime my lids with the Smashbox lid primer because I have really oily eyelids, so I'm hoping that the combination of this with the Coty powder will kind of keep my eyeshadow intact, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and put this on. I'm going to go ahead and blend out the concealer. So I'm kind of trying to use it to also carve out my brows and just clean them up. Okay guys, so for the eyeshadow today, I'm going to be going in with the Sassy Siennas Dose of Colors palette. Now this is actually a really beautiful palette. The reason I don't reach for it is because I feel like these shades just don't look good on me. The first color I'm going to take, I don't know if this is backwards, but hopefully it's not. I'm going to take Oh So Sassy, which is the lightest color on the end. A monochromatic look with like this kind of lip color would be so pretty. Now the next one we're going to be taking is Bossy. It's just a little, it leans a little more pink than orange, I feel like, because the other one's more of a sorbet. This one's a little more of a pink. So we're just kind of layering these over top of each other. So the next color I'm going to take is Foxy, and I'm pretty much just going to go down the row. So you can see we're just focusing this shade right here in the outer corner. My card was full, so I just had to delete some stuff off of it, and now we're going to just continue blending this. And I am taking it a little bit further into here just to kind of help counteract some of that pinkness that we have. I'm actually really happy with how this is turning out, which is good because, like I said, I have stuff to do later, so. So like I said, we have like a very pinky eye. So that's why I wanted to kind of do this before I did the rest of my face makeup, because I feel like, you know, I want to go a little bit less heavy on those areas. So I'm just going to take my finger really quick and just take Heaven. This palette I do use, but I just want to keep the lid pretty bright. So I'm literally just going to pack this on with my finger just to make sure that we have a nice lid color that kind of stands out, so it's not all one big chunk of pink. So as far as eyeliner today, I'm going to be using the Kyliner in black. And the reason I don't use this is because I don't really use gel liner at all. I am kind of more of a liquid liner gal. So I'm pretty much just going to do a thin black line. Normally I wouldn't do like a black liner if I was just going to wear mascara, but because I'm going to be wearing falsies, I want them to blend in with my lash line. So now that we've done that, for lashes I'm going to go ahead and use the Tarte lashes, and these are in the color, these are in the style Center of Attention, and I do actually really love these. I just kind of wanted to use them for today's video. I don't have a ton of lashes, so it's kind of hard for me not to reach for a certain pair. But however, I did order Iconic Lights, so that's kind of why I put these in here, because if I'm going to be between these and Iconic Lights, I'm going to choose Iconic Lights because they just look a little bit better for my eye shape. Alright guys, so while the glue is drying on this lash over here before I blend them together with mascara, I'm going to go ahead and work on the lower lash line. So I'm just going to take a Morphe E18 and the Dose of Colors palette. So I'm going to go ahead and go in with that first shade. We're going to go in with Oh So Sassy, and I'm pretty much just going to bring this on the lower lash line. And I'm a little nervous for this because, again, it is pink. probably gonna actually just cover that up and just use the more brown shade that we used. Okay, so now to blend the lashes together, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black. This is just one that I don't gravitate towards. Just find that the wand is like too skinny, the bristles are not long enough, and it just doesn't grab my lashes very well. So we're gonna go ahead and kind of throw this onto the base of the lashes, and it kind of doesn't really matter what mascara you use because we're just trying to make them just like stick together. Okay, so now for bronzer, I am going to be using something that I haven't reached for in a while, but I used to love, and that's the Charlotte Tilbury Filmstar Bronze and Glow. You guys can actually see that I hit pan on this, but it's just so many new products come out that you just kind of forget about some of your old favorites. So I'm going to be using the like sculpting part today. And it is a really nice powder. Again, I just have gotten caught up in so many other launches. I always loved the shade of this little contour because it's like a perfect kind of warm slash cool. So you can use it for both bronzing and kind of sculpting out the face, which I like. And then for blush, I had a couple different choices, but I think I'm going to go with this Clinique little blush. It's just not something that I reach for. I feel like it's not very pigmented. It's just the color's a little weird, but this is the Cheek Pop slash Blush Pop, and this is in Nude Pop or whatever. It's a pretty blush, and it is going to go well with the eyes because it is so like neutral. And it's not terrible. It just really doesn't have, it's just really not a color that I gravitate towards for a blush. And also, I don't know, it's just like the clear packaging doesn't really do much for me, so we're going to be using that today. You can see that it like barely shows up. It's very like nude and almost no color at all. Alright guys, and then for highlighter, I'm going to go back in with the Filmstar Bronze Glow, and I'm going to be, almost dropped it, I'm going to be using the glow part, and I am actually going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury brush, which I do use all the time. And it's this glow product, actually I used to really like. This was like my first highlighter that I used, and it's just like a very subtle glow, which is something that I used to go for all the time. But it can be built up to a nice like glow for sure. It's one of those highlighters that you can kind of put everywhere, but you're not going to look like too crazy because it's not glittery. It's just like luminous and kind of like dewy, you know? So I love that about this powder. It doesn't grab onto texture, which I really like. Okay guys, so I actually don't like the way that that lip combination turned out, so I'm actually going to change it. So now for the lips, I'm actually going to be using the NARS Velvet Lip Glide, and this is in the color Bound. It's a really pretty color, but it's just like a little bit, I don't know, I just don't really reach for this. I don't really know why. I feel like the formula isn't like amazing. So yeah, the reason I don't really reach for this is now that I'm seeing it on, it's just too purple for my skin tone, and like, I don't know. I feel like it kind of makes me look like Hotel Transylvania or something, you know? Alright guys, so this is the finished makeup look using products that I don't really reach for. I actually love the way that this turned out, and some of the products are actually like standout products. Like I love the way the foundation looks, and I mean I knew I loved the foundation, it's just something that I just don't reach for because the packaging is like a dud. And also, if the primer doesn't break me out, I honestly might start using it more because I feel like it really helps everything look really smooth and kind of gets rid of those dry patches that I can get sometimes. The lip color again is like not something I would ever really use a lot because I feel like it just transfers a lot and it can kind of get on your teeth because it doesn't really dry down, even though it is supposed to be kind of like a liquid lip formula. I just don't find it to be something that I would always reach for. But other than that, I love the way the eyeshadow looks. I think that the colors kind of help complement each other. I know it doesn't really go with the lip, but you know, that's the way these sort of videos go when you're using products that you don't normally reach for. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below if you love these products, if you've tried them, if you hate them, if they're your staple products. Let's just chat about it, and make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you've been watching all the way till this point, thank you so much. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.